Hello, and thank you for attending another Ekahau short how-to video by Advanced Network Devices. This is Mike Kazemian. Today we will be going over the Ekahau AI Pro Online features and how we can do a design for a project. In order to do that, we say create a new project. We can name it whatever we wish. We can add a site to this. We select the regulatory domain from the list. And once we do that, then we go and we say we want to start from scratch. And we continue. We select our floor plan. And we can see this floor plan is there. We can change opacity, we can zoom in, zoom out, trim, whatever we wish to do in this image. Then we go next for adding scale. It already has calculated the scale, but we can change that. We can go to the place markers and we can define a distance, and we can change that distance either in meter or feet. I'm not going to change that. Then I'm going to say finish. Once we say finish, the AI Pro Online will attempt to detect the walls, and it will take a short while, maybe less than a minute, to detect all the walls, and we will see how it will come out. We can see the walls are detected. We can say place walls, and the software will automatically place the walls on the floor plan. The next step is access points. We can go to the device tool, click, and we can see it already has recommended some places for the APs. Here we can select the AP type, model, and what standards it should follow, all the specifics for that specific AP, and the standards it follows will be here. And then we can say place all, or we can manually place the APs anywhere we wish. I will use the automatic AP placement, and we will see that all the APs are placed on the floor plan. As have shown before, we can review this in 3D. We can see the heat map as floating, so that means that as we are going to various heights of the floor, we can see exactly how the heat map looks at a specific floor height. Next thing we want to do is we want to change the capacity. In order to do that, we come to the areas, we click the requirement area. Here we can see, we can define the exclusion areas as well, or we can see the requirements. We can see the signal strength requirements for Ekahau best practices. Here we can change that, or we can have a custom requirement here. Once we do that, then we can see all the minimum, maximums, signal to noise ratio, data rate, and whatnot. The next section is the capacity. So here we can define the number of clients. So we can see the clients, we can change that if we wish, but it has predefined right now for 32 2.4 gigahertz clients, 65 5 gigahertz clients, and 32 6 gigahertz clients. As well, we can also click on the traffic type, and here we can change the traffic type for all of these bands, high, low, or we can set a predefined or based on our definitions traffic type. And once we do that, then all the parameters will change, and maybe it will decide to add access point, more access or less access points. Here we can push the threshold of the network to see how the network will behave. Moreover, what we can do is we can then go to the inspect tool, and in the inspect tool we can see exactly how a user will experience the network. You can see easily we can do that. And then here we can also change We can see all the pass rates, so we can see at any place whether we have a pass or a fail. And here we can also set the offset for the user. For example, if we want to see how a user with a mobile on 5 gigahertz will perceive the wireless network, we'll select this, and then now we can see the heat map for the user if they are using a mobile device or any other device. We can also change this here to another offset that we wish, that is more compatible to our design criteria. This concludes our short presentation on using the design module of the Ekahau AI Pro Online. Be sure to tune in to more Ekahau short videos by Advanced Network Devices.